So modeling really is the first department to be what's called on pipeline. So there's kind of two different areas to this. There's concept modeling, which sort of exists in the art department. And that's where kind of people will do, you can see here some ZBrush sculpts of characters. You know, it's really fast and it's kind of, you know, it's a kind of rough and ready process, and it's kind of to see whether or not the 2D design works in 3D. And but then those ZBrush sculpts don't really exist on the pipeline. What happens then is that they're given to the modeling department, and the modeling department will then kind of retopologize those models and get them ready for rigging and animation. So people think modeling, they think, you know, okay, it's just characters, and there is so much to do. There's kind of everything from the bottom of the screen here. You can see the environment, the ground, to kind of rocks and props and chairs, and obviously everything you see in animated film has to be modeled and created. And there's just, you know, there's a huge amount of work to be done in this department. It's one of the bigger departments on an animated feature film, is the modeling department. And the nice thing about it, being a junior in the modeling department, is that you get to do a bit of everything. Obviously you won't be sort of, you know, nobody's jumping to modeling the main character straight away, but there's often kind of, you do get to do a bit of character work, a bit of prop work, environment, hard, you know, hard edges, soft edges, organic. There's a real kind of spread of stuff to be done there. And it's, you know, it's a really kind of fun way to then start discovering what areas of modeling you like to do. So in terms of pipeline, modeling, the only kind of input into the modeling department is designs from the art department. So the art department will give the modeling department orthographics, so images of the front, side, and the left, like you see here with the wombat on the top left. And then the output from the modeling department is just the model. So they will send that out, and that modeling will go to sort of like, depending on whether or not it's an environment, asset, a prop, or a character, it will go out there to different departments. So the modeling department tends to work quite closely with the surfacing department, because if there are issues or problems with the topology, then surfacing and modeling work closely together to see how they can solve that. And the modeling department also works quite closely with the rigging department, because there's quite a lot of back and forth between getting a character model ready for rigging to make sure that the verts and the topology around certain areas on, like, say, the face or the shoulders of a character are conducive to a good rig, and they deform well for animation. So modeling and rigging really kind of tie together closely, and modeling and surfacing do as well. So it's a great idea for anyone who wants to be a character modeler to get an idea, or get a bit of an idea of rigging, and anyone who wants to do sort of like anything else, you know, props, environment, and so on, to get an idea of surfacing as well, to understand what's needed for surfacing to allow them to do, you know, a good job. Look, it's a really fun field. It's quite a competitive field, but I like to think it's a great kind of department for people to be able to sort of, you know, create their own mark, because really you're just creating something from nothing, you know, which is just really exciting.